Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Christian. Today I'm going to go through another monkey branching story. Got an email from one of my oldest subscribers and he wanted to share a situation with you guys. So with that said, let's get right into it. His name is Vinny and he writes in and he says, "Hi Christian, I'm one of your earliest subscribers and I've been following your channel for almost a year now. Your videos are very informative and logical. It has helped me to improve in many areas of my life. I appreciate that. I would like to share my story with you and want to know what you think about it. Bear in mind, this is a long one." He says, "When I was 15, I moved into this new high school. There I met this girl and we became friends. There's no such thing as men and women being friends. She was very friendly and nice. Yeah, I'm sure she was. That's why you wanted to be a friend, right? Slowly I started to fall for her. What did I just say? There's no such thing as men and women being friends. Whenever a straight man and a straight woman come together and have a friendship, the underlying truth that there is always going to be that element of sexual attraction will start to grow and blossom. So you or the woman are going to start developing an emotional attachment the more time you spend in proximity to each other. And that's truth. Slowly I started to fall for her. I came to know from her friends that she came from a broken family and her father was an abusive alcoholic and often was abusive to the mother. I also heard that she had an ex who physically abused her. All this made me feel sorry for her, and I started to really fall in love with her. But then my friend told me that she was giving him attention. Alright, stop it there and let's break down the very first red flag. She comes from a broken home with an alcoholic father who is abusive towards the mother. Now, you might think, well, you know what, Christian, it's unfair to say that that's a red flag because not everybody grows up in a perfect home. It's a very true statement. Very few men and women have a family where there is a masculine father and a feminine mother and they're both faithful and honest with each other and have a good relationship. That is rare. Okay, a lot of people grow up with dysfunctional families. Now the key here to understand is this. The average man or woman, which is more than 90%, never improve the quality of their life, never overcome their childhood difficulties. Therefore, the same trauma and problems they faced in their childhood will always play out on repeat throughout their life in their relationships. That's why it's a red flag. Because I can guarantee you that this young girl didn't do no work on herself. It's not her fault if she grew up in a difficult family like this. It is what she does with that counts. Which is why I always tell you guys, one of the first questions you should always ask a woman when you meet her is, tell me about your family. Tell me about your relationship with your father. Here's what a good woman will say. I love my father. I have a great relationship with him. I love my parents. That's a good sign. That tells you that she looks up to her father. She respects him. She knows how to trust in a man, which means she will know how to trust in you. Her father's going to teach her values, principles, give her a set of standards and rules she should live by, which will help her. She will feel protected and loved and nurtured by her father. Therefore, she will have a healthy self-esteem, so she will be able to be giving to you in a relationship. She's more likely to be honest and faithful and value herself. These are just basic stats. On the other hand, if you meet a woman and she says, and you ask her that same question, and she tells you, I don't want to talk about my family. It's none of your business. I hate my father. I hate my mother. I don't ever want to tell you anything about my family. And she gets all quiet, then it becomes a problem. That lets you know that she has suffered from childhood trauma and it has affected her so much so that she doesn't want to be open about it. And you see, when a child, man or woman, grows up in a broken home where there is emotional abuse, what it will do is cause a crack in their self-esteem, which will either make them codependent or narcissistic. Codependent, these are going to be the people that grow up in a broken home that are able to develop enough self-awareness to understand, that this situation was horrible, but despite that, they're able to work on themselves. They still have the ability to care for each other, for other people. Codependent people have a very low self-esteem. They tend to be people pleasers and have poor boundaries, but they have empathy, which means a woman that grows up to be codependent, she's still going to be giving and open. And those generally are the type of women that come from those broken homes who overcome those childhood difficulties. And they will tell you, you know what, I grew up in a difficult home, my father didn't really love me, but I did a lot of work on myself. And I'm at a place in my life where I've grown into a very happy, feminine woman. And that is what you're looking for. But on the other hand, most women grew up in a home where they have daddy issues will become not codependent, but narcissistic, which means they will also lack a self-esteem. However, being narcissistic, they become selfish and self-centered. They will use others for attention, for validation. These are going to be the types of women that will become promiscuous. They're more likely to cheat. Why? Because they don't know how to trust in other people. They think everybody's out to get them because they're playing out their childhood trauma with everyone they meet. So they think if my needs aren't met, I'll be on to the next one. And they tend to use people, not really love them and be open. And when somebody's narcissistic, it is very difficult for them to do any work on themselves to where they can start healing that broken self-esteem and become a good person. That is what I really want you guys to understand. That is why I always tell you it is a red flag when you start hearing that she comes from a broken home, that she didn't love or respect her father, that he was abusive. Because she's not going to learn how to love and respect him. And she doesn't respect him, how's she going to respect you? So unless that woman tells you, you know what, my family was messed up, but I've done the work on myself. If you're not hearing that, and there's zip, she's quiet, she doesn't want to talk about it, then you already know it's daddy issues, and that family that trauma she had from her family has affected her so much so that she is not going to be good for a relationship. That is what I want you to understand. So with that said, let's carry on. I had to give you the explanation because it's necessary. I always get a lot of new guys coming in and they do not understand this. Oh, what did Vinny say? All this made me feel sorry for her. Gotta have my coffee. All this made me feel sorry for her. And then I started to really fall in love with her. Well, it's more like you're falling in limerence, falling in lust with her, because you really don't know her. You can't say you love someone until you spent many months or years truly taking the time to get to know them on a deep emotional level. Because on surface level, you can say, oh, you love someone. But that's really limerence talking. That's really the fantasy set stage talking. Because when you first meet a woman, you don't know her. You don't know somebody in 3 months. You don't know somebody in 6 months. Maybe towards a year, year and a half, anything more than that, then you really start to see who they are. The ups and downs, what they're like on a good day, on a bad day, their lifestyle, their character. Because that's really what you're dating at the end of the day. Her pretty face and her body will start to fade at some point in the future. So you're not going to be really dating that in the long run. You're dating what she has here. And if this is rotten, you can't have a relationship. It's not going to work out. So you saying that, oh, I fell in love with her. Sorry. Love is not just a feeling, it's a choice. It's a decision you make to honor someone, to be loyal to them, to be understanding, to be giving, to make sure they're doing the same thing back. You don't do that when you first meet them. But then my friend told me that she was giving him attention. So she's an easy girl, she's getting attention from other men because she's got a low self-esteem. Nevertheless, I decided to open up my feelings towards her. But she rejected me saying she was in a relationship with her teacher who was 7 years older. To her, red flag number 2. So she's already in a relationship with a guy that's, her teacher. That doesn't sound very healthy, does it? And the third thing here is, Vinny, you made a mistake. You don't need to confess your feelings towards a woman. If you like a girl, you walk up to her, hey, you have a conversation 5-10 minutes, you see her body language, you see if she's interested, which in reality you should have been observing her body language before even approaching her. You go up, you talk to her, 5-10 minutes, make her feel safe and comfortable with you. Listen, I'd love to get to know you. I'd love to get to know you more. What's your number? She's interested, she's going to give it to you. You set a date, time and a place in the evening for drinks. Even if you don't drink alcohol, because I don't. You can have a coffee or some tea or whatever. And then you get to know her. That's why you date. You're gauging, do you have compatibility and chemistry? So this tells me you're focused on your feelings, not hers. And a lot of men make this mistake. They put all their energy onto their own interest level. Oh, I really like her. Oh, I'm going to confess my feelings. What are you doing confessing your feelings to someone that doesn't even know you? It doesn't hold any weight. Let the woman build an emotional attachment and let her be the one to bring up her feelings when she falls for you, not the other way around. Just focus on dating her, having fun and getting to know her. When the emotional attachment is ready, she will tell you she wants a relationship. She will tell you, where's this going? I want more of you. Because women take a month and a half, 2 months if they're healthy, to build the attachment with you, to start building the attachment with you. And then she'll bring up the exclusivity. And then it's up to you whether you open the door and let her in, or you say you're not ready. So you don't have to even do this stuff where you're going to confess your feelings to a woman right away. That's only going to scare a woman away, and rightly so. She said, oh, no, I'm in a relationship with my teacher who's 7 years older than me, which is another strike that you disqualify her on, because she's already in a relationship. So what do? Move on. I was heartbroken and decided to move on. Good man. But she watched me from a distance, and her eyes were fixed on me all the time. Well, look at what a woman does, not what she says. She's telling you she's in a relationship with her teacher, and then she's checking you out. This reminds me like she's like a lion in the tundra, right? And she's looking at the zebra, and she's waiting for it to like move away from the herd so she can just, go in for the kill, right? That's what she's really doing to him. She always gave me attention. My friends told me she must be interested in me. But later I found out that she'd been doing the same with 3 other guys. Yeah, so she's like hunting and prowling, checking out 3 other different guys. She's an attention seeker. She likes the validation. It boosts her fragile ego. She gets a self-esteem shot, so to speak, by having different men want her. That makes her feel happy. But that's temporary because it's only pleasure and it's vain. It's not real. One day she sent me a Facebook request, and while talking I confronted her and asked her why she gave attention to all these men when she's in a relationship with a teacher. Very good question. That's good, because you're being straightforward. You're showing no fear. You're basically saying, listen, why are you sending me a request? Why are you checking out all these other guys, but yet you're in a relationship with this guy? Look at her response, which tells you her level of maturity or emotional intellect. She said, when I confronted her, this sparked a heated argument between us. And then she said some mean things to me. Remember, when there is no longer an argument, somebody that has lost said argument will resort to slander or verbal insults or attacks at your personality or character, because they don't have any more arguments to throw at you, right? So they'll attack you to divert, to shift the attention onto something else. So she's saying mean things to him, and he also made a mistake, because he says here, I also said some mean things back. This tells me you let her emotional attack weaken you to the point where you react, get emotional, you get out of your masculine frame into your feminine, and now you're attacking her the same way she's doing to you, which is just going to spiral things out of control. But again, it tells you a lot about her character. She's the type of woman to cheat. She's the type of girl to keep her options in the air. She's got a boyfriend or this teacher, and then she's got all these other guys on standby. Right? She's got everybody orbiting around her, right? Male orbiters is what we call them. Her sister came to see this chat and started to hate me. Fast forward 1 year, we were about to graduate from high school. She was still doing the same, giving attention to me and many other boys. Well, she's not changing her behaviour, so if it's pretty consistent, remember, you're not what you say you are, you're what you do consistently. There you go. Look at her behaviour. That's the truth. It hurt me a lot, but I was moving on. Until one day her friend told me she had feelings for me. All right. She told me that she often saw her with tears in her eyes when she looked at me. Her friend told me that she happened to know that she lied about her having a relationship with a teacher to reject me. I believed it. Yeah, you were naive and you believed the lie she told you. Remember, you want to look at a woman's friends. Who you choose to have in your life is ultimately a reflection of your lifestyle, of your values, of what you believe in. If you date trash friends, that's who you are, right? Tell me your friends and I'll tell you your future. So if her friends are all liars, they're making up stories to protect her, that's just the way she is. People that like the same things tend to like each other. Why would she keep them in her life if they're not just the same? If not, how could she get along with them if they don't have anything in common? Something to think about. So now her friend is giving you a sob story about how she lied about being in a relationship with a teacher to pull you back in. And you're confused, but yet you believe it. Big mistake, because now you're falling into a trap. Finally, she proposed her love for me and my feelings for her resurfaced, I should say. We got into a relationship. Big mistake. But one day, a lady spotted us together and she came and blamed her for cheating on her teacher, which showed me that she was in fact lying to her friend about telling her that she was having an affair with a teacher just to reject me. You know, I really detest the word affair. It's like people that are afraid to say that it's cheating or adultery, betrayal. Well, it's an affair. No, it's not an affair. Makes it sound so soft, like it's not serious. No, it is cheating. It is betrayal. It is disrespect. It is a breach of trust. It is someone that is not a good person. Affair. It's not affair. Affair. It's got the word fair in it. It's not fair. Okay? It's wrong. It's immoral. Call it out for what it is, right? I don't like that word, fair. So, this showed me that in fact she was lying to her friend about telling me that she had an affair with her teacher just to reject me. She cheated on her teacher with me and monkey branched to me. Let me just repeat that one more time. She cheated on her teacher to be with me and monkey branched to me. Remember, if she cheats on the person she is with to start dating you or enter a relationship with you, when the moment her needs are met with you, she will do the same thing to you with another guy. That's why it's called monkey branching. They cheat on you, they line up a replacement behind your back, and with that same person, once they build a strong enough attachment, they cut you off and they're in a new relationship with them. They swing from one branch to the other. That's what it is. So, this is another red flag, but you keep walking through. A red flag isn't a challenge. It is a warning sign. Do not pass. Do not enter. It is not safe. You're going to get hurt if you proceed. But I was head over heels in love with her, so I decided to forgive her. You can forget, but you can't forget. This tells me you've got no standards, you've got no principles, and you're leading with your lust. All you want is to just, have sex with her, date her, and you don't have a life. You made her your life. You made her your purpose. A man should never lead with his emotions. You should lead with your logic, with your reason. You're not doing that. We graduated and I joined college, where she moved to another district for coaching to get into college. We were now in a long distance relationship. I was not allowed to call her because her sister and mother disapproved of our relationship. Well, we know the father was an alcoholic and abusive towards the mother, so she's going to have her own issues. Whether the parents or her sister know that she's with this teacher or not, doesn't really matter. Very dysfunctional family. Any opinion they have about relationships should be null and void, because they can't have a healthy one themselves. So in what position are they to even have a say about your relationship? She used to call me when she got a chance. Things went smoothly for a year, but then things start to change, as they always do. She came home without prior notice and demanded me to meet her the moment when she had time, and not thinking about my schedules. She demanded to meet me in between my exam and my mother's surgery. I couldn't do it. I had to cancel our meeting 4 times because of certain unavoidable circumstances. She was pissed off and blamed me for not giving her time. But mind you, other than these 4 times I did my best, I met her about 16 to 17 times. And I spent time with her in the course of our 3-year relationship. I tried to make conversation about why I was unable to meet her, but she then would get emotional and tells me I hurt her. This shows me that she also has serious abandonment issues, you'd think, but she also has cancelled 2 of our plans. Now, what I'm really seeing here is a high level of narcissism and self-centered behavior coming from her. This lets me know without a shadow of a doubt that she does not respect you or look up to you as a man. She just comes back home and starts demanding to spend time with you. A woman that respects you would say, honey, I'd love to see you. Are you available? When can I talk to you? When can I meet up with you? That's what a woman that respects your time says. But remember, as a narcissistic individual as she is, all she cares about is herself. You're just a vessel. You're just an object. You're just a toy to give her attention, to validate her, to pick up and put down whenever she wants to have fun with it. That's really what you are in her eyes, because we know she's emotionally damaged from her childhood. We know this. And now her narcissism is coming out. So she comes home without notice, and without even considering your schedule, demands that you just drop what you're doing and spend time with her, like you're like some type of servant. A woman that respects you would never talk to you that way. I want you to really, really understand that. In between your exams and your mother's surgeries, so your responsibilities and your duty as a man, that's what your purpose was at the time, finishing your exams, and as a son, you wanted to be there for your mother when she's having surgery, which I'm sure was life-threatening. And despite that, she has no empathy or ability to even see what you're dealing with. So she's just still demands that you spend time with her. And then she has the audacity to get upset and blame you for not giving her time. This is the thing with narcissists. They're like children in adult bodies. They don't have the emotional capacity to care about other people's feelings. They only care about their own. What I want right now, here and now. And if you can't give it to me, it's your fault. They don't even want to understand why, because they don't care about you. They don't see you as a person. They see you as like a little puppet. And then here you are trying to make conversation, which in reality, all you had to do was stand up for yourself and tell her, you're being disrespectful. I've got exams, my mother has surgery, and you're demanding I spend time with you, and you're getting upset at it. You text or call me back when you're going to make it up to me. And you know what I mean when I say make it up to me. That's how you handle it. You don't have to shout, you don't have to insult her. You say it just like that in a very firm, calm, direct, straightforward way. It communicates, this is my standard, this is how you treat me. If you're not going to do it, I pull away. That's how you show a woman how to treat you. She disrespects you, you pull away. You make her apologize. And when she treats you well, you praise her. You honor her, you love her. But when a woman's treating you like this, Again, we already know the issue she has. So she's not relationship material, which is what I was saying from the beginning. But the point is, you still stand up for yourself. You guys, you see a beautiful woman and it's like your kryptonite. You get scared. You don't know how to be a man and stand up for your self-respect. Because if you don't respect yourself, how can she respect you? And then you're trying to dance around in circles, giving her reasons why you couldn't meet with her. She knew why you couldn't meet with her. She just didn't care. Because it wasn't meeting her needs, was it? She didn't care about your needs. She cared about her own. A good woman with a loyal heart, she will care about your feelings. She will care about your time. She will want your presence. But if you are in an emergency situation, like a family member is having a surgery, she will respect that and be patient. In fact, she will be supportive and nurturing. Not this type of behavior right here. Finally, she got into college and moved further away from her hometown. Now she's got her own phone and we started chatting every day, until one day her sister saw our chats. She made a big problem in her house and told her to cut me off. Now she messaged me saying that she can't remain in contact with me and said she would wait for me until I came and rescue her. What's interesting to see is obviously her sister also grew up in that same household where the father was abusive. So you can see it's affected her as well. And they're always having arguments in the household. They're taking out on each other. The sister's very controlling, domineering. Remember, when a woman grows up and there is no masculine father figure to protect her and nurture her, and she feels unsafe, she has to almost kill her femininity and become masculine. Be the protector for herself. Be a strong, independent woman, right? Which stops her from being feminine and develops a masculine way of thinking. So her sister's putting on this, the almost like the role of the man in the house. And he's trying to protect the sister. She's trying to act all bossy. She's not being feminine. So you can also see how it affected the sister as well. It's interesting to see that. And obviously, he said now she's messaging me saying that she can't remain in contact with me and she would wait for me until I come and rescue her. So she's obviously afraid of her sister and doing what her sister tells her to do instead of standing up for herself. I promised I would do that, he said. Then she deactivated her social media. About 2 months passed with no contact. That's not a good sign. I was miserable. I tried ways to contact her. Then I stumbled across a guy's Facebook account. More coincidences are going to pop up now. Who happened to study with her. There I saw photos of him with her. I thought they were friends and dismissed it. I'm not even going to say men and women are never friends because I've already mentioned it in this video. But I'm talking to Vinny now because I know he's watching. Remember when you liked her and you were checking her out, what did you notice? There were 3 other guys she was giving attention to. She cheated on the teacher to be with you and you took her back. This woman is now in the process of betraying you, at least at the time of what happened. Think. Then I saw photos of him with her and I thought they were friends and I dismissed it. Oh, what a nice thought to have. Then one fine day, I got her text that she no longer wants to be in a relationship with me. So 2 months go by of no contact because she tells you she can't communicate with you. And now she reaches out and tells you, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. That's very sweet, isn't it? I tried all ways to contact her. Nothing succeeded. Why are you chasing after? When a woman dumps you, you have to walk away for your self-respect. I decided to search for answers as to why she did it. I contacted her old friend. Her friend is also a liar, so not a good idea to contact her. I contacted her old friend who now happened to have cancer. It's bad. She in turn contacted her without letting her know that I was in contact with her. She confessed to her that she lost feelings for me as I couldn't meet her 4 times. She's just selfish. She never really loved you. You were just a toy to her. You weren't the type of man she really wanted. She said she hated me for that and wished I was dead. Oh, what a nice person. She's a narcissist. Vinny, this ex of yours was a narcissist. Grew up in a dysfunctional home. She uses different types of men. She has no regard for your time or your schedule. She only cares about herself. Then she told her that she was in a relationship with the guy whose Facebook I checked. Immediately I checked the guy's profile again and I saw comments made by him confessing to his friends that he's in a relationship with her. It's confirmed. These comments were made 2 weeks before she told me it's over. I was heartbroken. She monkey branched to him. What did I say at the beginning? She left her teacher to be with you. And now she leaves you to be with this other guy she met in college. What a coincidence. Now she came to know that it was me who told her friend to contact her. She was again pissed off and accused her friend of going behind her back and valuing my friendship more than her. She cut her off too. What a nice person. Her friend has got cancer. Look, we know her friend went along with the whole story at the beginning with the teacher. Right? Fine. But obviously she's changed and she had cancer. She's been honest. She's got nothing to lose. She decides to help you out. And when she reaches out to your ex, obviously she finds out what happened. You were really asking for the information. She cuts her friend off. Her friend's got cancer. She could very well die from cancer if it gets really bad. And she cuts her off. Yeah, this ex of yours is a crystal clear example of a narcissist. She has zero empathy. How can you be caring or nurturing? How can she be a feminine woman with a good heart when she's got no empathy? You have to think. So she cut her off too. Sounds like you dodged a bullet because you're not a single dad, you didn't get her pregnant, you didn't get, stuck in a court case where you married and you're going through a divorce and she's taking half your money. You're not going through that. You're young, you have a chance to start fresh and meet a good woman with a good heart that has the same values as you. And more importantly, do the work on yourself to become strong, masculine man principles. Because that's really what you have to do. Because you were leading with your emotions, which tells me you didn't have the relationship knowledge, nobody taught you, which I don't blame you. But you got a chance now to really improve yourself. It's been 4 years since we both heard from her. When you're saying both, do you mean the friend? Because then if she's got cancer, she's still doing all right. It's good. I think she's still in a relationship with that guy. Her parents approve of their relationship because he is rich and comes from a reputed family. I still feel miserable sometimes, other times not. I don't know how she can jump from men to men. This whole video has explained why she jumps from men to men. Because she has no standards. She's an easy woman. She has no integrity. She sees men as just vessels, toys to use. I'll jump from this one and that one, meet my needs. I can get another one and another one. It gives her a sense of fulfillment, but it's temporary because it's only pleasure. So it lasts for a moment. And when she gets bored, she needs to find a new supply. That's what narcissistic individuals do. And again, you shouldn't even give a damn what her parents think. Oh, her parents approve because the guy's rich. The dad is an alcoholic who beats the mother. And he's going to be in a position to judge what man his daughter dates. Come on, man. And the mother's staying with the father that's beating her, as abusive to her. So both the parents are dysfunctional. Both the parents have their own issues. And this is the thing, most people that are old, 30s, 40s, 50s in their relationships, you think they're happy, but they don't understand relationships. They settle, they've already given up, they've already got one foot in the grave. And then they're going to tell their sons and daughters what person they should choose to get into a relationship with when they themselves have a screwed up relationship. Come on. Her parents approve because the guy's rich who comes from a reputed family. Yeah, well, look at your ex's parents. Were the parents very reputed? I don't think so. Dad's good at drinking alcohol and slapping around his family and emotionally abusing them and not raising them, he's a deadbeat dad. But he's gonna suddenly care about who marries his daughter. You got to think, man. Just because they're your parents, yes, you should honour them, but you should also look at their behaviour, because it comes a part in your life where you got to realise, right, I love my parents, whatever family you grew up in, but I got to separate from that and be my own man. Make your own decisions. What do you think of this story? It would be helpful if you make a video on this so others can learn from about this. Sincerely, Vinny. There's also something to add. She never made an effort to sit down and talk with me all the problems she faced. She never communicated and tried to solve the problems mutually. She never cared to hear my views or opinions. Because she's a narcissist. She only saw you as supply, as an object to give her attention, to validate her, to boost her ego. Something to pass the time. You look at her behavior from the moment you met her. She liked the attention you give her, nothing more. Okay, she's an attention seeker. Women with good values, okay, will only care about seeking attention from a man they love, their friends and their family. Women that are emotionally damaged, narcissistic, or lack integrity want attention from everyone. These are the girls that are constantly showing off their bodies on social media. They've got 20 different dudes in the background in the friend zone, or women that cheat. Because their self-esteem is so broken that they don't want to look within and do the work on themselves because it's uncomfortable. They look outwards and think, all right, I'm going to use this guy and this guy and this guy, and they're all going to make me feel good. That guy wants me and that guy wants me, and that makes her feel beautiful. But it's short-lived, because when that guy stops giving her attention, she feels bad again because she has no self-esteem. So she keeps repeating that cycle of reaching outwards for external validation. When good women, they only want validation from people they love, from people they actually care about. And your ex didn't care about you, Vinny. You were not the type of man she could even appreciate, because you're a good guy with good values. But a woman that is broken on the inside can never appreciate a good man. It's not your fault. But what is your fault is getting into that relationship when you knew that she had all of those red flags that you ignored. That's the problem with you. But now that you've been through this experience, I'm sure you don't want to go through it again. So next time around, choose a woman that has the same beliefs as you, that has character, who either, if she came from a broken home, did the work on herself, or comes from a good home. Period. That's it. That's it. Right? I'll leave you with a quote from Andrew Carnegie. Strong men don't compromise, it is said. And principles should never be compromised. I want you all to think about that. You got to take your relationship seriously. Because if you just think because a woman's beautiful, or she looks good, you're going to have this amazing connection, you're going to suffer quite a bit. When was the last time you sat down and asked yourself, is this woman a good match to me? Would she make a good wife? Would she make a good mother? Would she make a good life partner? Is she supportive? Is she feminine? Is she a good communicator? How does she handle conflict? What is her lifestyle like? You guys don't consider these things. You're just happy to have a woman. And that is the problem. That's where the issue lies. You're leading with your lust. You're not leading with your head. As a man, you want to make a decision when you are in a peaceful, calm and relaxed state. Because if you have a happy, whole and complete life, and you have strong values, self-esteem, integrity, you are going to expect the best, not only from yourself, but from those around you. You will feel like, I only want a woman in my life if she's going to add value. If not, I'd be single for 10 years. That has to be your mindset. Look at what Vinny said at the very beginning of the email. He saw all the red flags, and what did he say? I felt sorry for her, and I started to fall in love with her. You know, you want to feel sorry for some abandoned dogs and kittens. If she has childhood trauma, it is her own responsibility to fix, not yours. So find a woman that is well off emotionally and has the same values as you. If not, you're not going to have a relationship with her. It's really that simple. Alright guys, so that's the video for today. Those are my thoughts on his monkey branching story. If you want to talk to me privately, where you would like coaching or advice or share your situation with me, the email will be down in the description, and you can also find it on the About tab on the YouTube channel. If you like the video, like, subscribe, comment down below what you'd like to see next or your thoughts on Vinny's story. And if you feel like this content will help anybody that you know, feel free to share any of my videos with them. And with that said, hope you all enjoyed the video and have a great day. I appreciate all the love and support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.